It's still dark. The sun won't rise for hours. You are 11 years old, and the factory bell is ringing. If you don't move now, you don't eat today. If you're late, your wages are docked. If you fall asleep at work, you might not wake up again. This isn't a nightmare. It's an ordinary day in Manchester, 1851. Survive the next 24 hours. You wake on the floor of a single-room house. 6 people share this space: parents, siblings, sometimes strangers. The air smells of damp brick, coal smoke, and sewage. There is no bathroom and no running water. A single pump serves dozens of families. You didn't sleep much. The mill runs day and night, and the noise never truly stops. Outside, the streets are already moving. Hundreds of workers pour out of alleys and courtyards, pulled toward the mills like iron filings to a magnet. You swallow a piece of dry bread. That's breakfast. The bell rings again. The mill doors swallow you whole. Inside, the noise is instant and violent. Hundreds of machines roar at once. Steam engines thud, belts whip overhead, and iron gears grind inches from your hands. You cannot hear yourself think. You cannot hear anyone speak. The air is thick with cotton dust. It clings to your skin. You breathe it into your lungs with every breath. Windows are closed to keep the air humid. Humidity stops threads from snapping and stops you from breathing easily. The machines start. They will not stop for the next 13 hours. You are a scavenger. Your job is to crawl under moving machines and collect loose cotton. You are small enough to fit where adults cannot. The floor vibrates constantly. The machines do not slow down for you. If your sleeve catches, your arm is gone. If your hair gets pulled in, your scalp goes with it. This happens often. You've seen children lose fingers, hands, entire limbs. The overseer watches from above. If you move too slowly, you're beaten. If you stop, you're fined. Your pace is determined by the machine, not by time or your body. Your stomach aches. Breaks are short and strictly timed. A few minutes to eat, a few minutes to breathe. You sit on the floor beside the machines. Your food tastes like cotton dust. The noise never stops. Conversation is impossible. Workers communicate with hand signals, nods, and expressions. Everyone learns to read danger by sound alone. A sudden change in rhythm means something is wrong, someone is hurt, or worse. Then the machines resume. By midday, the mill feels like an oven. Steam, bodies, and machinery raise the temperature to unbearable levels. Sweat soaks your clothes. Cotton sticks to your skin. You feel dizzy. Many do. If you collapse, you are dragged aside. The machine keeps running. There are no provisions for sick leave, compensation, or any form of safety net. Children work beside adults. Some people may be younger than you. This is permitted by law and is normal. Time stretches, hours blur together. The sound drills into your head until it feels permanent. The factory bell decides everything: when you work, when you eat, when you stop. Daylight outside is meaningless. This is the first time in human history that life is organized entirely around machines, not seasons, not sunlight, not nature, only production. Finally, the bell rings. Your body feels hollow. Your ears are ringing. Your lungs ache with fire. You pour back into the streets with thousands of others. Faces grey with soot, clothes blackened by smoke. Outside, the sky is dark, even at sunset. Hundreds of chimneys pump smoke into the air. The city smells of coal, chemicals, and waste. The river runs black with dye and industrial runoff. It no longer supports life. But it proves the mills are working. You return to the same room you left before sunrise. Someone is coughing. Someone always is. Disease spreads easily here. Cholera, typhus, tuberculosis. In the poorest districts, average life expectancy is 26 years. You eat if there's food. You sleep if you can. Tomorrow is the same. This is not a rare story. Millions live this way. Manchester is not a failure of planning. It is the result of speed. The city grew faster than laws, faster than medicine, faster than morality. It built the modern world and showed its cost. If you stood here in 1851, breathing this air, hearing these machines, you would be looking at the future. Not a clean future, not a fair one, but a powerful one. This was the day that could kill you, and for many, it did. If you want to experience another moment when the modern world was born, another place where history turned dangerous, let me know. Thank you for watching.